curves and profit maximization. Definition of demand curve. The demand curve represents the relationship between the price of a product and the quantity demanded by consumers. It typically slopes downward, indicating that as prices decrease, consumers' willingness to purchase increases, reflecting the law of demand. Definition of supply curve. The supply curve is the relationship between the price of the product and the quantity supplied by producers. Generally, it slopes upward, indicating that as prices increase, producers are willing to supply more of the product, adhering to the law of supply. Inverse relationship in demand. The demand curve highlights an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. As the price of a good decreases, demand typically increases. This relationship illustrates consumers' preference for lower prices, which drives sales volume. Direct relationship in supply. The supply curve indicates direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. As the price rises, so does the quantity suppliers are willing to offer. This relationship underscores producers' motivation to maximize revenue by responding to higher prices. Equilibrium point. The equilibrium point is where the demand and supply curves intersect, representing the market price and quantity at which consumers are willing to buy and producers are willing to sell. At this point, the market is said to be in balance with no excess supply or demand. Effects of external factors on curves. External factors such as changes in consumer preferences, income levels, or production costs can shift the demand and supply curves. These shifts impact equilibrium and market dynamics, leading to adjustments in prices and quantities sold. Definition of profit maximization. Profit maximization is the process by which a firm determines the optimal output level that yields the highest possible difference between total revenue and total cost. This strategy is the primary goal for most businesses to ensure long-term sustainability and profitability. Understanding profit curve. The profit curve illustrates the relationship between a company's production level and its overall profit. Firms strive to reach the maximum point on this curve, indicating the most efficient production level that maximizes profit without incurring excessive costs. Marginal cost versus marginal revenue. The intersection of marginal cost MC and marginal revenue MR signifies the optimal output level. When MC equals MR, firm maximizes profit. Producing beyond this point incurs excess costs that overshadow additional revenue. Diminishing returns concept. The concept of diminishing returns occurs when an increasing production leads to a reduction in incremental output gained. Beyond a certain point, each additional unit produced results in lower additional profits, emphasizing the need for effective resource management. Analyzing cost structures. Businesses must analyze their cost structures comprising fixed and variable costs to optimize production decisions. Understanding these costs allows companies to adjust their operations for maximum profitability in response to market changes. Definition of market structures. Market structures encompass the organizational characteristics of a market, particularly in terms of competition, pricing, and product variations. These structures range from perfect competition to monopoly, each affecting how businesses strategize pricing and output decisions. Characteristics of monopolistic competition. Monopolistic competition features a large number of buyers and sellers with products that are differentiated through branding, style, or quality. Firms maintain some price control due to product differentiation while facing competition from close substitutes. Characteristics of oligopoly. Oligopoly describes a market dominated by a few large companies where each firm's actions significantly impact others. Pricing strategies are often interdependent, leading to stable prices and high barriers for new entrants, creating a less competitive environment. Differentiated products. In monopolistic competition, firms offer products that are similar yet distant, appealing to specific consumer preferences. Differentiation often includes variations in quality, style, or branding, enabling companies to stand out in a crowded market and cultivate brand loyalty. Price control mechanism. Firms in monopolistic competition have some degree of price control due to product differentiation. While they cannot set prices arbitrarily, they can adjust according to perceived value and competition without triggering significant loss of customers for close substitutes. Ease of entry and exit. Monopolistic competition is characterized by low barriers to entry and exit, allowing firms to enter or leave the market with relative ease. This dynamic promotes competition, leading to innovation and better products as businesses respond quickly to consumer demands. Real-world examples. The restaurant industry exemplifies monopolistic competition where numerous establishments offer unique menus under similar price ranges. Examples include Burger King and McDonald's, which provide differentiated products while competing for the same consumer base in a competitive landscape. Interdependent pricing dynamics. Oligopoly features interdependent pricing dynamics wherein firms consider rivals' potential responses when changing prices or output. This often leads to price stability in the market, as companies tend to avoid price wars that could harm profit margins. Barriers to entry in oligopolies. High barriers to entry characterize oligopolistic markets, which may include significant capital requirements and regulatory challenges. These barriers deter new competitors, allowing existing firms to maintain higher market shares and profitability. Potential for collusion. Firms in oligopolistic markets may resort to collusion, informally agreeing to set prices or limit production to maintain profitability. Although illegal in many places, collusion can occur implicitly and significantly affect market prices. Real-world examples: banking and telecom industries. But Canadian banking and telecom industries exemplify oligopoly, or a few large firms dominate the market. In these sectors, limited competition allows firms to maintain higher fees and consistent pricing structures that affect consumers. Impact of collusion on markets. Collusion can distort free market principles, leading to inflated prices and reduced competition. This artificial pricing structure can disadvantage consumers while allowing firms to enjoy